and welcome to Quirky Books with Kody. Today I'm going to be doing my May wrap-up and June TBR video. So in the month of May, I read 14 books. Then that does not include the 2 books that I'm going to talk about at the end, which I started and could not finish, unfortunately. The first book that I read in the month of May was Fixing Delilah by Sarah Ockler, and I completely adored this book. It is one of my new, favorites. You know, my favorites list that only has 10 books on it. Yeah, this book made it on. It was so good. It's about this girl named Delilah, and her grandmother that she has not seen in I think 5 years has died, and she goes back to her family's summer home in Massachusetts, and she kind of rediscovers herself. This book was amazing. Sarah Ockler is quickly becoming one of my favorite contemporary writers, and I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read is Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder, and this book was amazing. I have not read anything like high fantasy in a while, and oh, this was so good. This book is about a girl named Elena who is in jail because she murders somebody, and they give her a choice. You either die or you work as the ruler's poison food tester. So she kind of has to learn how to test food and detect poison, and in the meantime becomes a badass fighter. This book has romance, fighting, everything, 4 out of 5 stars. I liked it. Everything except for the ending, that is. The ending was complete crap. Next is The DUFF by Kody Keplinger. I really like this book. I know it's been hyped for a while. It's been out since 2010, but this book is about a girl named Bianca, and when she is out at a club with her friends, a kind of an asshole of a guy, but anyway, he calls her the Duff, or the designated ugly fat friend, and this book kind of deals with her relationship with this guy and what exactly is the meaning of the Duff. This was a really funny book. I'm not even gonna lie, at first I thought it was really cheesy and just weird, but it was really funny, and I was in the mood for something light and fluffy. Fluffy is what I call contemporaries, for those of you that don't know. But it was very light and fluffy, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Next book that I read is That Summer by Sarah Dessen. This was actually Sarah Dessen's first novel that she wrote, and I wasn't really a fan of it. I mean, I love almost anything by Sarah Dessen, but I felt like this book was really dragging. I didn't see the point as much of what happened. It's about a girl named Haven, and her sister is getting married, and she wants her sister to go back to her old boyfriend. Not a huge fan. If you like Sarah Dessen, trust me, if you need a Sarah Dessen book, I will tell you a good one. I wouldn't really recommend this one. I give it 2 out of 5 stars. Sorry. Next book that I read, though, was absolutely fantastic. It's called Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Oh my god. So many people have been telling me to read this, and I just did not understand why. I kept putting off, I'll do it soon. And I kept saying that for a while. And then I went to the library, picked it up. Oh my god. Guys, I need to fangirl about this book. I did a review on it. I'll link it below. Oh my god. This book is amazing. It's about a girl named Elena, and she lives in Russia, and she currently works with her best friend Mal. Oh, Mal is amazing. In this land, there are people called Grisha who are these powerful, fantasy, cool people. It reminds me of Avatar: The Last Airbender in a way. And when the kids in the kingdom are 8 years old, you're supposed to be tested for this, and Elena and Mal kind of went under the testing, but then it's figured out that Elena's a Grisha, so she gets taken off. Mal has to find her, and oh my god, this book was so, so good. 5 out of 5 stars, possibly a new favorite. You must read this book. Out of all the books on this list, read this one. Just do it. You will not regret it. The next book that I read was What Happened in Peru by Cassandra, Clare, and Rees. Brennan. This is the first book in the Bane Chronicles, which is kind of a series of novellas about everyone's favorite character, Magnus Bane. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I liked it. It just wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting something that would really make me laugh, but it was cute. It was good. I think the second one, The Runaway Queen, just came out last week, 2 weeks ago. I still have to pick that one up. Next, I read Graceling by Kristin, Cashore. This was another higher fantasy book. I thought it was okay. I think I would have enjoyed it more if I didn't read Poison Study a couple books before it. It was about this girl named Katza, and in their land they have graces, and her grace or gift is killing, so she thinks. And I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of this one. The romance was cute, but I don't know why I didn't like it, really. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Next book I read was very, very frustrating, and that is Icons by Margaret Stohl. This was one of my most hyped books of this year. I really wanted to read it. The concept sounded amazing. And this girl, Dole, and she's traveling with her best friend, Ro, and they get kidnapped by these people. And the only part of the book that I liked was their romance, and then at the end she goes off and the main character goes off and kisses someone else, and then I was just kind of nope, nope, nope. So yeah, I gave that book 2 out of 5 stars. I was not happy. Not happy, because the only good thing in the book got chucked away at the end. Next, I read Dreamland by Sarah Dessen. This was a book about a heavy topic. It was about abuse, but I really liked this book. It was just so real, and it was really eye-opening to me because I don't really know that much about that concept, and it helped me to understand it a little bit more, I guess. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book was a reread for me, and that is Starcrossed by Josephine and Angelini. This is one of my all-time favorite books. I've talked about it, posted a review on it. So amazing, and I forgot how much I love this book. It's like a kind of a retelling of Romeo and Juliet meets Troy. So good, because the last book in the series just came out, and I need to reread this, and like, you guys, you must go pick this up. This and Shadow and Bone. So amazing. 5 out of 5 stars. Love it. The next book that I read was Othello, and I had to read this for school. Was not a big fan. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. William Shakespeare's writing is and always will be the best. The next book that I read is Smart Girls Get What They Want by Sarah Strohmeyer, and this was a cute contemporary about smart girls who realize that school isn't the only thing in life. I felt like I liked it, but I felt like at times it kind of skewed away from reality, and I'm just like, that does not happen in real life. It was cute. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And then there are 2 books that I am currently reading. Most likely put these books in my May wrap-up. The first one I'm reading right now is Dreamless by Josephine Angelini. This is the second book in the Starcrossed series. This is a reread for me. Love this book as well. Amazing. Not as good as Starcrossed, but still a good, solid 5 out of 5 stars. And the last book in my May wrap-up is It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han. This is the second book in the Summer I Turned Pretty series, and I really like this book so far. I'm about halfway through, if not like 2/3, and it's really, really good. I like it a lot more than the first book in the series, surprisingly. Very good. We'll see what I think of this. And then I want to quickly mention the 2 books that I did not get to finish in May. The first is The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Rae Carson. Just was not a fan of this. I read this before Poison Study, and I just couldn't finish it. And the last one is Codename Verity by Elizabeth Wine. Yes, I know you people are probably going to yell at me. This book is amazing. I got about 50 pages through, and I just was not feeling it. I had other stuff that I needed to read. I was in a bit of a reading slump, and I feel bad because someone did request for me to do a review of this, and I will get around to it eventually, I promise. Just probably not anytime soon. So now, let's go through my June TBR. School is over for me at the beginning of June, so hopefully I read a lot of books in June. Usually, though, I find myself not reading as many books during the summer because I just get lazy. Sit on the internet, shh, don't tell. So let's get started. First, the first book is Goddess by Josephine Angelini, the last book in the Starcrossed series. So excited for this. I've been waiting for this book for a year. I really want to see how it's going to end. I just hope it's not too emotionally damaging because I know people die and stuff, so very excited about that. This is Someone Like You by Sarah Dessen, and this is the only Sarah Dessen book I have not read, and I know a lot of people like it, so hopefully it's good. Keeping with the Sarah Dessen theme, I was planning on possibly doing a Sarah Dessen read-a-thon during June. I've read almost all of her books, so I want to reread some of my favorites and possibly do reviews for you guys. So if you want to see me do reviews on any of the books mentioned in this video, TBR, wrap-up, anything, just let me know. This Lullaby, The Truth About Forever, and Along for the Ride. These are some of my favorites by her. I also might pick up Just Listen and Lock and Key. The next book that I want to read is Liesl and Poe by Lauren Oliver. Lauren Oliver is one of my favorite authors, and I have not yet picked up one of her middle grade books, so we'll give this one a try. The next book I want to read is Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book in the Gracious series. The first book is Shadow and Bone, which I talked about earlier. So excited for this because the first one didn't really leave off on that much of a cliffhanger, but it's still, I'm so excited. I'm just so excited for this book. It's coming in the mail next week. Oh, that mail day is going to be amazing. Next book I want to read is The Day Before by Liesl Schroeder. This is actually a poetry book, sort of. And I know Kate over at Kate's Book Club raves about this book all the time, so I wanted to see what it was about. I'm not a huge poetry fan, but we'll see. Next is The Book of Broken Hearts by Sarah Ockler. As I said earlier, Sarah Ockler is one of my favorite contemporary writers, and I'm excited to see what her newest book has in store. I will probably read this when I'm at the beach at the end of June. I'm also going to read The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. So many people have been raving about this. I know Christine over at Pull and Bananas Books, Kat from Catastic, Jessica from Price is Wrong. Everyone has been like raving about this. They're like, News Hunger Games, Dystopia, Zombies, read it. So hopefully it's good. It's got a lot of hype, but I find with hyped books, I often do not like them as much, so hopefully I like it. And last but not least is Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. I know Heather over at Bookables has raved about this book, said it was one of her favorite books of all time, so I'm excited to read it. So hopefully I read a lot of books in June. Like I said before, if you want me to do like reviews on any of these books, just let me know in the comments below. If I have done reviews on any of these, I will link them. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you again soon.